Now, there is an idea out there, Alex, I'd like to get your opinion on that the bacteria may influence intelligence in general. And is there evidence that supports this actual theory or no?
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things that we always looked at is the epidemiology. So we were actually looking at groups of patients, and these are these are mothers and babies,
Mm-hmm.
and different moms have different levels of specific sugars in their milk. And ones that had higher levels of specific sugars, including some of the ones that we're developing, had better executive function. So, and that's in humans. And then experiments were done in animals, right? So this is called a reverse translational, where you're saying, here's a finding, an association we see in people. Wow, that's pretty interesting. And lo and behold, we also share some of these sugars. Mice have them in their milk as well. And so we're able to test that, and you're able to then remove one of these from
Mm-hmm.
the animal's milk, and lo and behold, they have literally different intelligence, different problem solving. And so that's all a function of the microbiome system. And one of the other things that I think is kind of an interesting anecdote is the microbiome really does have influence. For example, sugar cravings. Where might those come from? Are those really you?
From
What?
what I'm hearing from you, there's 200 compounds made out of sugar. It was
Oh,
fed to you when you were when you
well,
were little.
so yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so yeah, those are the good kinds of sugars, but
The
the
good kinds of
sugar we,
sugars.
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they bad behave after.
yeah, the glucose, the candy sugar. Who's craving that? Is it actually you, or is it
Hmm.
something in your gut? And what likes that? It's candida, it's yeast, right?
So, in your opinion, does I guess every individual is different, every case is different. So, those microbiome and the microbiome diversity in an infancy stage of an individual, a baby, etc. I'm assuming each individual has a different level of these microbiomes. Like a mother would have, I don't know, a set of microbiome, another person will have another set of microbiome, or are they identical? It doesn't matter which individual we're talking about. And does that diversity in the microbiome correlate to a long-term cognitive resilience? Yes or no, or perhaps other issues down the road may form?
Yeah, it's a
Sorry for the
great.
loaded question. So.
No. It's an absolutely great question, and so please remind me if I'm missing a part. It's not not intentional, but I would generally say this: the microbiome is going to be localized, right? They're probably. This is why there's not one size fit all. Like, we have to think about the microbiome almost as an environmental interface, like it's an acquired immune system, right? And a microbiome is literally our first line of defense, and so those are going to be different, right? It's why you can look at like hunter gatherer cultures and stuff like that. It's completely different. They have one that's optimized to their local environment, and it doesn't have the disruption we have of hygiene, right? I mean, we're having to rethink hygiene. It's called the hygiene hypothesis, and it's what has likely led to the epidemic of autoimmune diseases. And so diversity is really important, but what we're finding out is what's even more important is what the microbes are actually doing. And that's going to be based on what they're using as a resource. It's prebiotics. It's what the prebiotic constituents are, enabling those microbes to
Mhm.
perform at an optimal way to nurture the human organism. But I think the other thing that's really important is when we look at the, this is our opportunity to really think ecologically. And are there keystone species in the microbiome? The answer is absolutely yes. And those keystone species are absolutely critical.